follow, subscribe, click the notification button. Join the Look Up TV movement now.
Welcome to Look Up Guest House, Retreat and Prayer Center. When you first come in, we will be happy to receive you at our reception, then proceed to our cozy and well-equipped accommodation facilities. We aim to provide our guests with a unique, comfortable, and worthwhile experience. Here at Look Up Guest House, we provide our guests with a continuous supply of room amenities. A cool environment for all your retreat activities.
Look Up Guest House, Retreat and Prayer Center. For reservation, contact us on info@lookupguesthouse.org or call us on 0746 788 707.
Welcome to the Natural Juicing Center. We are a unique organization that seeks to provide the community with an alternative healthcare option. We specialize in the use of a natural holistic system that focuses on building health through cleansing and nourishing of the body. We utilize a variety of natural health promoting methods in our services, which include juicing therapy, hydrotherapy, colon cleansing, massage therapy, and the compresses are freshly made and tailored to each and every client's individual needs after evaluation by our team through our free consultation service. You can now book for any service or order for food supplements on our website www.naturaljuicingcenter.co.ke. You can also visit our center in Kahawa Sukari, house number 1334, Kahawa Sukari Avenue. Natural Juicing Center. Your health is your wealth.
Like, follow, subscribe, click the notification button. Join the Look Up TV movement now.
Hello there. We meet once again for your daily dose of trending news. In today's lineup, Caroline Kangogo's burial with civilian rights. Also, Eliud Nalimai, a political analyst, is right here for a brief discussion on people here in Kenya being registered to political parties without their consent. All this coming up with me, Joy Mochache. In today's highlights, the new Delta virus continues to take the country by storm. Also, sports CS Amina Mohammed's husband Khalid Ahmed dies in Nairobi after a brief illness. And lastly, people registered under political parties without their consent causes uproar. This and more coming up with me, Joy Mochache. Remember to reach me. All you have to do is go to our Facebook and Twitter at LookUpTV. Engage with me and let me know your sentiments and thoughts about this bulletin. Let's start off with our first story. Recently, India faced a health emergency after the increase in the infection of Delta variant, which is spreading rapidly and has caused a lot of deaths in the country. Burial ceremonies and cremations of the bodies has also been paralyzed due to the increase of number in casualties. Kenya did not survive the invasion of the Indian Delta variant, which has mainly affected Nyanza and western parts of the country, which forced the government to impose curfew to the residents.
The Ministry of Health is today sounding an alarm of an increase in the number of cases of the Indian Delta variant in the country. CS Mutahi Kagwe has urged Kenyans to be more vigilant and follow all health protocols to curb the spread of the virus. Kagwe criticized politicians for ignoring the COVID-19 protocols by holding political meetings and citizens who attended the meetings regardless. Elsewhere, Dr. Willis Ahwale, chairman of the COVID-19 vaccination panel, say that it is important to follow all the instructions as provided by the government to prevent more infections which are affecting the provision of health services. Speaking on the issue of vaccine shortage, and there will be enough soon. Kenya is expected to receive 800,000 vaccines from UK. This is after President Uhuru Kenyatta touring the country earlier this week. The country is also expected to receive 1.8 million Pfizer vaccines in 2 weeks' time. On the issue of mixing vaccines to prevent the spread of coronavirus, Acting Director in the Ministry of Health, Dr. Patrick Amoth, said that the mixture of vaccine, for example that of AstraZeneca and Pfizer, provides immediate immune protection, and this is a test that is already successful in different countries. However, the WHO says there is still no data to show the successful vaccine mixture. Angelique Opingo, Lookup TV.
And moving on to some sad news, Cabinet Secretary for Sports Amina Mohamed's husband Khalid Hossein Ahmed is no more. Khalid Mohammed died after a short illness that had him admitted in Karen Hospital. He died this morning at 5 a.m. Many have sent their condolences, including President Uhuru Kenyatta and other top government officials. President Kenyatta described Khalid as a strong family pillar and a gentleman. The body of the late Khalid is currently at the Masjid Noor in Nairobi South Sea Estate. The burial will take place later in the day, accompanied by full Islamic rites. As the 60 days extensions of curfew in the country is in its final stretch, our reporter Keith Kitonga went to the streets of Kawangware to capture views and opinions from its residents. Most residents in Kawangware are begging the president to lift the curfew, for it has affected their businesses, hence finding it hard to provide for themselves and their families. This is what they had to say.
Family and friends of suspected killer cop Caroline Kangogo, who for 3 weeks had caused DCI officers sleepless nights, flocked her parents' home in Nyawa village in Elgeyo Marakwet to accord her their last respects, as they gave out their eulogies, as they described her as a humble and social lady.
Na vile namueleza juzi, sisi tunamshika Caroline kawaida, kwa mashishi ya kawaida tu, vile huwa tunamshika kila mtu wa familia yetu. Tumeshika kwa itikadi ya Kikristo, kwa sababu yeye alikuwa Mkatoliki, ndio naona tunaendelea misa hata sasa inaendelea. So ni hayo tu na sina mambo mengine, nafikiri tunaendelea vizuri.
In the ceremony that was preceded by drama, forcing the family to postpone a funeral last week after an autopsy scheduled with the government pathologist Dr. Johansson Odwor failed to take place, was attended by Kangogo's former husband and officers from Nakuru, where Kangogo served. However, she was not accorded the ceremonial send-off given to police officers who die in the line of duty, as it is suspected she took her own life.
Kuna mjua hii tuma wanasema labda Caroline alijiua, haijajulikana vizuri. So nafikiri hiyo ndio imefanya wasimfanyie hiyo sherehe, lakini sisi tunaendelea tuna sherehe.
As the mourners continue to mourn the loss of their loved daughter, they urged the government to dig deeper into the circumstances surrounding Kangogo's shocking death.
We apologize for that technical mistake from our technical team. We're going to have to repeat this particular in its final stretch. Our reporter Keith Kitonga went to the streets of Kawangware to capture views and opinions from its residents. Most residents in Kawangware are begging the say.
Curfew nchini Kenya inaenda kuisha na Rais Uhuru Kenyatta kwa Uingereza. Wewe unaonaje mambo ya curfew, iendelee ama isimamishwe kidogo?
Kulingana na mambo ya curfew, mimi prefer tu curfew itolewe, biashara ziendelee kama kawaida. Kwa sasa tumekuwa used to mask, tumekuwa used to social distance. Like sasa kwa hoteli fulani hapo uziingia bila mask, kwa chemist uziingia bila mask, same kwa bar.
Curfew imekuadhiri kwa hiyo kazi yako ya kuuza maji?
Sana. Kwa sasa naona nikienda kupeleka maji, so you know, kama nika hoteli sinaona kupeleka maji walikuwa na overtime hadi saa 4 saa 5, unaona? So wanatumia maji. So kesho leo ukikuja tena kupeleka bado rada ni saa. Akisa sasa hiyo unafunga saa 1 wa kazi. Arifu na mbona peleka mtu kama 4. Maybe business nyingine unaenda maybe ama kama ni mjie hiyo nasikia kuna masheria zingine tena. Noma. Atoe tu.
Wewe umepata chanjo yako dhidi ya COVID?
Hiyo hata staki.
Kwa majina mimi najiita Nur Ali, ama unaweza niita Fazul hapa mtaani, hiyo ndo jina langu. Mimi ni mkazi wa hapa Coast, naishi tu hapa juu msikitini. Biashara mimi pikipiki ni vile tu, yani biashara imekuwa chini kabisa juu ya hii mambo ndogo ndogo, lakini na kazana tu na.
Unaonaje maoni yako kuhusu kafyu? Je, nchini Kenya iendelee ama isimamishwe kidogo?
Mimi kama mkaaji hapa na kama mfanyikazi wa pikipiki, mimi naweza onelea hii kafyu isimamishwe, kwa sababu mchana kazi si mingi kama ile mbeleni vile kafyu haikukua. Tunaomba tu hii kafyu itolewe kidogo, angalau hata watu wa mshahara irudi mfukoni. Hakuna kazi kabisa, lakini usiku kazi inakuwa mingi. Kwa hivyo tunaweza onelea tu president atusaidie tu imani wa kafyu ishe kabisa. Juu sisi wenyewe tuna sanitize sahi, hata unaona nina barakoa yangu mimi. Barakoa tunavaa, kila kitu iko sawa.
Kwa majina naitwa Irene Choe. Okay, nafanya biashara ya githeri na kuuza mandazi. Nimeweka tu kama ka small hotel na ndio nafanya saizi. Maneno ya curfew iondolewe because saizi at least vitu zimesettle down. Kama anaweza kuiondoa kabisa, kazi rudi back to normal vile ilikuwa mbeleni. Hiyo chanjo mimi nimeogopa.
Kwa nini?
Sababu siamini. Wale nimeona wamedungwa hiyo sindano wamekuwa wasi. Sasa siamini kwangu, upande yangu, na kama nikukufa mimi najua one day nitakufa. Kama hiyo corona ndio itanipeleka, niko ready for it.
Unajua kuhusu hii Delta variant ya COVID?
Hiyo hata nimesikia na wewe. Hiyo sijui kabisa.
Na kafyu endelea ama isimamishwe?
Mimi naomba kafyu isimamishwe kiasi. Kwa sababu watu wengi tumeadhirika kwa sababu ya hiyo. Mimi ni mtu nafanya kazi ya construction. Na sasa sana ya kuja. Kaa juzi nilikuwa Machakos.
99,000 for installments with 40,000 Kenya shillings deposit and balance in 5 months. For more information, visit our office at Thika Town, Grace House, 3rd floor. Feel free to call us on 0724 256 626 or 0710 265 687.
Welcome to the Natural Juicing Center. We are a unique organization that seeks to provide the community with an alternative healthcare option. We specialize in the use of a natural holistic system that focuses on building health through cleansing and nourishing of the body. We utilize a variety of natural health promoting methods in our services, which include juicing therapy, hydrotherapy, colon cleansing, massage therapy, and a comprehensive cleansing service, among others. Our juices are freshly made and tailored to each and every client's individual needs after evaluation by our team through our free consultation service. You can now book for any service or order for food supplements on our website www.naturaljuicingcenter.co.ke. You can also visit our center in Kahawa Sukari, house number 1334, Kahawa Sukari Avenue. Natural Juicing Center. Your health is your wealth.
Like, follow, subscribe, click the notification button. Join the Lookup TV movement.
Welcome back from that break, and we are going to be having a short interview later on. But first of all, there has been a public uproar after revelations that some Kenyans have been registered as political party members without their knowledge, an action that might lead to major political parties losing members if the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties and that of Data Protection agree to strike off members who are registered without their consent. And as Brian Moy reports, the Registrar of Political Parties, Anderitu, and Data Commissioner Immaculate Kasait are expected to deliberate on the matter.
Last month, Kenyans protested against breach of their privacy after their personal data was used to register them behind their back, a move that has led to the Register of Political Parties, Anderitu, and Data Commissioner Immaculate Kasait having a meeting that might see major political parties losing their members who had been registered without their consent. Appearing before the Senate Committee on ICT yesterday, Kasait said the act amounted to a breach of privacy, adding that her office has moved to fix the problem after receiving numerous complaints. Kasait said that she has also scheduled a meeting with political parties in a bid to establish how and why they registered Kenyans without their consent, and also identify the gap that could have created room for manipulation of personal data. Kasait appeared, who had been summoned to explain the protection of data by telecommunication companies and measures to protect Kenyans from cyberbullies. Mid last month, most Kenyans were shocked to various political parties. They said they had been registered as members of ANC, Ford Kenya, Jubilee and ODM, among other top political outfits in the country. ICTC's John Shell said that his ministry through CAK and the Office of the Data Commissioner have created stringent regulations to enforce Data Protection Act 2019. The regulations, which were developed by a task force, he said will define how private data should be handled and used between various stakeholders. The meeting between the Registrar of Political Parties Nderitu and Data Commissioner Immaculate Kasait and also political parties is currently ongoing in Nakuru. Brian Amuai, Look Up TV, Nairobi.
Thank you so much, Brian Amwai, for that report. We are going to be having a brief discussion with our political analyst right here at our studios. His name is Eliud Nalimai, excuse me. He's going to introduce himself and tell us exactly what he does.
Thank you very much, Joy, for this opportunity. My name is Eliud Nalimai, as you've put it rightly. I'll say I'm a lawyer by profession, and I'm also a political analyst, which came as a result of associating myself with politics too much, and yeah, with the political parties, and I'm a serious politician, I would say.
You would say?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, before we dive in, how it works is a person should be registered willingly under a political party. Registrar of Political Parties Nderitu and Data Commissioner Immaculate Kasait are meeting today as we speak to discuss the fact that some 300 complaints have been received after finding out they have been registered to political parties without their consent. They were registered as members of ANC, Ford Kenya, Jubilee, ODM, and other top political parties. And Eliud, this is obviously a breach of privacy, I think, to those that it happened to. How do you think this happened exactly?
Let's understand this clear from the onset. Why do we find ourselves in such a scenario? It happens mostly during during the election seasons, when people are coming up with many political parties. And you understand that the process of registering a political party, before you get that certificate of a political party to operate, you need to have a minimum requirement of 1,000 signatures from 24 counties. That is a majority county. Now, some political parties, I would say that some people have turned to be I would say, in the business of, looking for opportunities during the political campaigns. So what they do, they come up with a party to siphon money from some aspirants who are desperate without parties. So they are quick to register a party, but they do not meet the minimum requirement of 1,000 signatures from 24 majority counties. Now what they do, they will just collaborate with some people to get the data without following the due process as enshrined in the Constitution. That is Article 31 of the Constitution about privacy. So they do not care. Maybe some people opine that they get this information from mobile operators, some from, register of persons without their consent. Forward, legally, this is a breach of privacy as per the Constitution. That is Article 31 of the Constitution. And I think also the people who've been minded to do this, to look into this issue, they're not doing their job. You look, that is a register of political parties. As a profession, that is Section 17 and Section 18 of the Political Parties Act. You find that Section 17, it stipulates what can amount to that it stipulates that the political party should have their records kept at their headquarters office and their account offices, and those records should bear right informations. But we find that if these parties, they have their record, but they do their political register of political parties to check into, to scrutinize the record of the political parties, and if they find something is not consistent, then some measures should be taken for those parties that you're giving false information in the record. And false information arises whereby you're registering people without their consent. You are making the register of political parties to understand, to believe that those people consented to being members, which is not true. You find that it is a breach of the rights of the citizens. So that is an issue that we should look into. The register of political parties should be keen, and they should do their job as it has been enshrined in the Political Parties Act. And the Data Controller Commissioner, they also need to be keen on their job, because it means that someone is not doing their job. And this is actually making many issues, bringing up many issues. You understand that, for example, someone who is not, who ought to be politically neutral and is now being, then you go for an interview, applying for a job where you're supposed to be politically neutral. For example, you're going to be a judge. You're in an interview, and they realize that you are affiliated to one political party, which is not within your knowledge. You do not understand how you found yourself there. Right. So it will impact your interview and your qualification to that position. So it can have an impact, negative impact to your position. So this is an issue that we should focus into, seriously look into that, and do the necessary requirements. For example, we can go the legal way. We take actions against those political parties. Is either you can deregister them because they are not complying with the law. They are doing their own things. Actually, they are denying the citizens the Bill of Rights, as by the Bill of Rights, Article 38 about the political decisions, that you are free to associate with a political party of your own choice. But now when you find yourself in a register, in a political party that you do not subscribe to, they are infringing on your right. And this is something that we should look into very seriously. And I would say that the reason to why we're having such a thing, such a discussion, is about, I would say that it is ignorance. And ignorance has really destroyed this country and everything, because people are not aware that you have certain rights, and someone should not take advantage of your ignorance to use your information, your data. That is something that we need to educate our people. Civic education will also help. And I'll say that the law is not even clear about the responsibilities, or rather how to execute these. It has provided that the political party need to take an action when such information is inconsistent. But now the thing is, how are you going to take action when there is no framework laid down? I think we need to have a laid down framework on how to deal with such issues. I think the framers of the Constitution were not, they didn't encapsulate this when they are making the Constitution, that some parties might go ahead and use other people's information, and they say, I'll say for a data commissioner and a register of political parties to come together now to bring their minds together and find a solution, because this is a problem that needs to be given attention.
Okay, and I think I'll stop you right at that point. This is a problem that does need to be given attention. We're going to take a brief break, and then we shall be right back with more on our bulletin.
Like, follow, subscribe, click the notification button.